what to do after keyword research. So in this video, I'm going to show you a process that you can do. Once you've concluded your keyword research and you found, let's pick one keyword that you want to go after. And I'm going to be very, very specific instead of giving you the high-level general advice. And by being so specific, you will know exactly what to do. And you can apply that to your own. And I'm going to use a tool called phrase.io. But even if you don't have phrase, you can still do this. And you absolutely don't need phrase. You absolutely don't need to use phrase to get value out of this guide, because the same principles apply no matter what tool you use, or if you don't use any tool at all. You don't need a tool. The tool is simply something that saves you time and allows you to work more effectively and to get the result you want a little bit faster and a little bit better. But underneath it all, you can do all of this manually. All right. Now let's say the keyword that we want to go after in phrase, I just choose a SEO workflow. I'm not going to do the rank ready AI document. I'm just going to do this. And now we're going to use the query, what to do after keyword research. United States, English. We can select things here, but I don't even want to do that now. Just keep it very simple. So now phrase creates this document for me. And here, so I have the title, which is the main keyword. And now what I can do is I can research in phrase. And this will basically analyze the top 20 Google search results for the following search query. So this is the keyword. And I let phrase do its thing. And basically what you can do is you just go into Google and you type in the exact keyword you want. And then you open up the pages. First of all, you look at the titles of the documents in there. You look at the meta descriptions of the results on the pages. You look at what kind of search features are being listed there. So is it image results? Is it YouTube videos? Is it blogs, right? All kinds of things you want to look out for. And then you actually look at the documents, at the results that are ranking in Google in the top, and phrases looking at the top 20. We don't even need to look at the top 20 when we're doing this. You can look at the top 5. Typically I look and read closely, look at like 5 documents. And what you want to do is you want to identify the things that all of these things have in common. And you want to look for outliers. You kind of want to look for gaps, what is missing, but that is very hard to say. It's easier said than done, right? But the thing that you want to do is also look for outliers. So where is something ranking that is very different from everything else in the search results? And why are they ranking? So for example, if a lot of very high authority sites are ranking, and then there's one low authority small site, why is that site ranking? Typically because they do something different than the high authority sites that still gets them the ranking. All right, now phrase has basically done all of this for us here. And it has some questions here, and these questions all not relevant, not good suggestions. I'm going to ignore these. Now here it shows some of the search results, and then it shows one of them here, what to do after keyword research by key search. And then it shows the introduction. So much of the emphasis is placed on keyword research when it comes to SEO, and for good reason. After all, this is foundation without our keywords. But okay, typical introduction. Then it shows the heading structure. Keyword research, the foundation. Okay, why it matters, how to do it. And this is very, very, very important. You want to look at the H1s, H2s, H3s. These are very important signals. And you kind of want to emulate what they do, right? What to do after keyword research. Organize keywords and prioritize opportunities, map keywords to specific pages, create new content or optimize old content to satisfy search intent, implement keyword tracking to gauge progress, don't forget the role of off-page SEO. Okay, that's one. Here's another article by another website. This is Zero Gravity Marketing. Okay, what to do after keyword research. 5 next steps. Keyword research done. Or what's the next step? Okay, again, we look at the headings. What is keyword research? Step-by-step guide for keyword research. Step 1, organize your keyword list, keyword mapping, setting up keyword tracking, best keyword tools. Create new content, optimize existing content. Okay, we look again here at the next one. This is by Philip Stayman. And you can, because I mentioned authority, so you can, if you have phrase, you see the domain authority here. So this is 41 domain authority, 35 domain authority. And this is all good science because they're not, these are like established sites, but they are not juggernauts, right? And here you got a DA24, here you got a DA26, and this is Sahavan DA95, but it's a medium one. So you can publish something on Medium, and you just write on their domain authority, DA21, DA34, easy pickings, DA35, etc., right? DA14, who's this? Centauri.io. Okay. And if you don't have phrase, again, you don't need any paid tool to do this. You can just download the free Ahrefs Chrome extension. You get it at ahrefs.com, and you just look for their SEO toolbar, and it's a free little Chrome extension that you can just add to your Chrome, and it will show you the domain authority for any page that you are interested in. And now what we've seen here is, I would say, to organize keywords, right? Map keywords to specific pages. This is an important one. Create new content or optimize old content. Yes. Implement keyword tracking. And here we have again organize keyword mapping. So you see already, organize is a repeating topic. Keyword mapping is a repeating topic. Tracking, right? You got keyword tools. Create new content, optimize existing content. You see something? There's a pattern here. Here at the next one, they have a little bit different approaches. This is actually, I would say, just based on the outline, this is probably the best article. Analyze your list of keywords, group keywords into themes or topics, understand search intent, create content strategy, choose the right type of content, target keywords for high quality, optimize your, incorporate relevant keywords. Yeah, this is a great, and you can see, even though this guy has a lower domain authority, because the content is very, very good, it kind of gets the third place here. And what to do with the understanding the keyword data. Interesting. I'm wondering why. Here you see 5 links, a very short article, 531 words. They're ranking on the 4th position. How are they doing this? If you look at this one, 2,100 words, 24 links. 10 links, 800, also a pretty short article. And here 2,918 links. So it is interesting when you come across something like this, just 5 links and 500 words, and the outline doesn't look that great, right? So tiny lever marketing is an interesting one. And then Medium, 1,400, 2 links, right? Definitely an opportunity to rank for this here. You can expand this here. So, and you look at the kind of common recurring theme, and you see again, organize, map, prioritize, yada, 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 track, right? Now, I'm not going to do this manually because I have this wonderful tool. I'm just going to click here on generate brief. And by the way, you can open the search results pages here, and you can customize the search results by, for example, excluding something from the analysis, but we're not doing that because we have this wonderful automation. So we do generate brief. And now we can select here what to include in the content brief. Guidelines, titles. People also ask SERP, and this people also ask, I'm not sure if I want this, but I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Search results with this outline, header structure generated with AI based on search results. Topics, top 20 topics, and clusters across search results. Questions, statistics is a beautiful thing. And we can add links. It's generally a good thing. Like, a lot of people don't want to link to other people's content, but it is actually a positive signal to Google if you don't just link to yourself, but if you actually link to other relevant content on the internet. Everything is connected. And now, phrase, it's doing its thing. And you can see it working here. It has all that, and we can do insert brief to editor. And now we have this. You see a complete outline. And then here we can just pick one of the titles, or we can use them as inspiration. I actually would just take the main keyword in this case. So what to do after keyword research, and then look at, okay, if I start with what to do after keyword research, what could be something that I could attach to it to increase the click-through rate when somebody sees the title? Because if it's what to do after keyword research only, and I'm on Google and I see a bunch of different sites, I want to see, give me some reason why I should pick you. So let's say what to do after keyword research, welcome snacks, actionable steps, unlock a SEO success, essential tactics, like steps for SEO, what to do after keyword research. This is always a simple one. You just pick the current year. So what to do after keyword research in 2025. Keywords to conversion, post-research, strategy, keyword research. Here's your step-by-step execution plan. Step-by-step execution plan is a good one also. I like that. You have the pathway to effective SEO strategy, action plan, right? It's also a good one. How to implement and rank. That's a good one. And what's the delivering keywords for maximum impact? Also a good one. In this case, I would just do what is the next step after keyword research, and then real example explained. I'm just gonna get rid of all of these because this is what I'm doing right now, right? I'm giving you a real example. And then people also ask, like I said, in this case, not useful, so I just delete this. Here we see the search engine results pages. So this is the title and then the meta description that Google is displaying. And this is a good one. What I like to do is I just like to highlight. It's interesting that he hasn't updated this yet. He would probably get a slightly higher click-through rate if he would update this to 2025 and give the article a little makeover. Maybe do like 5 to 10%. Just edit and update something here. Keyword Refiner, how to refine your keyword list, create engaging content, engage your target audience. Putting the best keywords, a complete guideline award, keyword research on wise SEO. Nothing in here that I find interesting. What to do after keyword research. Not sure what to do after keyword research here for an optimized web search. 5 next steps to go from keyword list to optimized website content in no time. It's kind of nice. Just gonna highlight that. Blah blah blah. It's gonna weak source. Blah 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 blah. Blah. No. For 10-step keyword research checklist. Ooh. So this is good. what I like about this is it has a number of steps and a checklist. Very compelling if you want to just know how to do something, right? Thanks for tooling it to improve your website, how to make keyword research guide helps improve SEO, align with search, better understand your audience, the keyword research ultimate guide. That's required. Turn keywords into rankings is a nice phrase. I like that. And they accept steps to take after keyword research to boost your search engine rankings. I just want to show you that you don't need a tool to do this. You can literally just type this in Google and you just copy this page, you put it in a Google Doc or a Word document or whatever, and then you do the same exercise in there, right? So the tool makes it easier for you, but you don't need the tool. Okay, back to the tool now. So I'm going to keep going through this keyword with you there and mapping keywords to tracking process. It's kind of good like that. Still optimizing prior to as a kid prayer to do. Blah, blah, blah. This is so bad. I don't know why it's this ranking. Yeah, also this is again good. 4 steps, and then it's organize, map, prioritize, and track, right? These kinds of things are always good because they give the reader something to hold on to and go, oh yeah, this is what I need to do. It gives a sense of safety. Steps that actually work, and again, step-by-step guide is a good one, right? Steps that actually work. Discover what to do after how to leverage insight, optimize your quantitative comprehensive guide. I don't want a comprehensive guide. I just want to know what to do. Okay, how to do keyword research for blog. This guy we've been discussing breakdown 5. So, yeah, this is terrible. Outline. Okay, header structure generated with AI based on search results. Determine your content strategy. Map keywords to existing pages. Identify opportunities for new content creation. So here, you kind of, these are suggestions. You want to discard some of them. Align with user intent. All right. This forward says implement effective keyword placement. Track data-driven adjustments, dive into off-pages and focus on building high-quality enhanced site authority through link building. Optimize technical. And this is already, I would say this is too deep, but let's see. Use analytics tools effectively, continue refine SEO strategy based on data at low time. So used to get results faster long-term organic traffic growth. Here you see the topics, frequency across search results, content, keyword research, search volume, search engine as you and conversions as effects. Use intent, keyword content, content creation, Google Ads, seed keywords, keyword research per all text, search and ranking, Ahrefs, SEMrush, SEO, keyword mapping. Topic clusters. Topic reference to cross-site organizing cluster. Okay, research. This is super helpful. I love this about phrase. It clusters the things already. So keyword research and analysis. It kind of, especially if it's a topic that you're not so familiar with, but even if it is somewhere you're familiar, this is super helpful. Even to take the time to read through this, because all of this kind of gets you a creative and mental juices flowing and helps you to kind of stimulate and come up with ideas. So if you're watching this, obviously this might be a little bit boring, but if you do it this way, you're going to get great results. Everybody wants I put in the keyword, I click one button, and then I spend 5 minutes editing, and then it's going to rank. really beautiful, I want it. But the reality is, it's not how it works, because there's 10,000 people for any given keyword that basically do some version of that, and then they're wondering why they're not ranking. Keyword research. Now, if you are, very good at link building or other things, and you don't need to focus so much on content. But if you want great content that actually ranks long term, this is the way to go. Keyword research. Let's get rid of this. Elimination, CQs, content strategy optimization. Ipapoo, image text contents. Yeah, so fine. So fine. Link building or backlinks, domain or search, external links, link building services, backlink building, private block network, PBN intelligence, online authority, tools and platforms, Google on the address, rank wall, Noren writer. Don't think that's how you write it, Noren writer. Freight, huh? There you go. Centauri, Google Ahrefs, Google Shopping, Amazon, user intent, user behavior. Okay, statistics. Voice search SEO. As of to voice search is responsible for 30 to 50% of online searches, particularly for local searches. With a source, aim for a sweet spot of 1 to that starts. Keyword density is not really a thing anymore, but if somebody doesn't know, there's some people who still think that, putting the keyword in many, many times is so the way to go, and so they overdo it. But let's take this out. They get there, it's a statistic, but it's a bullshit statistic. Do you want to boost your blog traffic by whooping 200? This is another bullshit thing. There's a lot of bullshit statistics. External links. Page is a thing too. So here, and okay. Backlink call, search Google, search console, answer the public, SEMrush. Okay. So you have all of that. And now we sit down and get to work. I'm just gonna go with a lazy AI outline. As you can see, it takes a few moments. But what you do is, basically, you keep all these things in mind. And then we already have one here, right? I'm not loving it. It's a bit too extensive. See here, what to do after keyword research. And now here, we can go with this and we can work with it, right? So I have no idea why it would give us 2 H1s. It's bullshit. From raw data to actionable strategy, the post-keyword research mindset. This is not, I don't want a mindset. The Yasham strategy. Why the after is crucial? As crucial. I mean, shifting focus from discovery to implementation and optimization for SEO success. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Step 1. Organize priorities and deeply understand your keyword grouping, keywords by topic and user intent, keyword clustering, analyzing search intent, the user's underlying goal. Prioritizing keywords for maximum impact. Yes, this is all great. Man, it's about map, and you see with the patterns that we saw before. Map keywords, your website content create keyword map, assign keywords to existing and new pages, build content clusters and pillar pages for topical authority. This is very extensive, but okay, if you, like the example that you're going through now, literally for going through one keyword, that's typically not what you want to do. Typically you want to do your keyword research once, kind of for an entire game plan or a certain period or quarter, and in that case, yes, you'll want to do this. You'll want to build content clusters and pillar pages. Crafting high-quality intent-driven content, develop content aligned with user intent and keyword groups, on-page SEO optimization, making your content search engine-friendly, sure, ethical keyword integration focusing on context and value. I mean, nah. Amplify your content's reach and authority. Okay. Link plan, promoting your content beyond organic briefly. Yeah, when I analyze iterative tracking keyword performance, analyzing user behavior, yep, identifying your content gaps and opportunities, refine or fresh, keyword research to ongoing cycle research, connecting it to overall business goals. And sure, this all sounds good. And we could just do, now we can, and here, so here if you want to clear everything, we can do that. We can also paste options. We can paste headings, and then it does this, right? And now what we can also do is to say, for example, let's pick up here. I don't know. I think AI is going to do a good job with all of this. Map your keywords, assigning, building content clusters. High quality intent-driven content and making it friendly. Apply content's reach and authority. Something that's content gaps and opportunities. Let's take this. Mention that you can do this manually or use tools. One of the tools to recommend phrase.io. That's too bad. So now again, we can do this. Paste options. And we could work it in here, or we can just generate article. So now here, basically we could take this and just put in the content here, right? Blah, 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 blah. Here's another thing I want to show you. This is the info gain section. Beautiful thing about phrase. Information gain is kind of a very critical thing in SEO when you're doing content. And that is, everybody's been doing the skyscraper technique for many, many years now, and honestly, it's not really effective anymore because it creates a lot of content that is basically another longer version of the already existing content. And what Google really cares about is information gain. So information gain means that you introduce new knowledge, new concepts, new ideas, new techniques into what is generally already being said about that particular topic. And that kind of expands the known information around that topic. And Phrase has this option to kind of help you build that information gain or identify information gain opportunities, right? And so, for example, you've got questions, and it's a key. Is anything good? These are all not good for me, and information gain is probably one of the hardest things to get right. Let's see what these guys say. Me, mamu, okay. And let's look at the stats. These are the stats that we already looked at. Let's look at news. Exploding topics is generally a great source of information. I mean, this is something that's on everybody's mind, right? So we could look at that. So here we got this article, what to do when AI overviews take the spotlight in search. And it would be a great thing to mention AI overviews here. So now I would take this in. Here use a compelling meta description. Optimize for inclusion in AI overviews. And that material with search language. So use structured markup. It's a good one. Complementing nudge. Yeah. Good job, Claire. So here we could find something to work in. And then these guys are always the bomb. And then here's a wiki section. And all of this, measurement, not really that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. So let's go here. Ew. And now let's generate the article. States, and we can choose here what kind of article, right? Let's make it a guide. Brand voice, we could define a brand voice here. General tone, we can concise and readable, neutral, convincing, funny, appreciative, passionate, blah, 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 right? But concise and readable, we can add a custom tone, right? So you could say, make a lot of dad jokes, something like that. Internal knowledge, this is an amazing feature. You can add up to 5,000 words of internal knowledge so that this is what makes it from a generic AI article together with a custom tone and the brand voice and the internal linking. This is why I love phrase. You change it to something that it's now uniquely yours and that fits into your overall content strategy. For the purpose of this, I'm not going to use it. Next. Now, phrase is doing its thing. Oh. We can kind of select what to include here. I don't want this thing in here. I haven't even read it, but I already know it's kind of crap. Also, the bullshit stat, I'm going to take them out. Now let's just go with next. Oh. By the way, again, if you don't have phrase, you can, put your outline into ChatGPT and then tell ChatGPT to write the article for you. What I do recommend is actually telling it not to do the entire article, but to do, for example, write section 1, 2, and 3. That way, each section will be kind of more high quality. Summary review, your big pa. Okay. So phrase shows you all of these things, and then I can hit generate article. Now phrase is going to work. And I'm actually out of phrase credits, right? So it has created the article. But now if I want that article, for the generation of the article, I would have to pay $350. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use ChatGPT because you guys probably don't have phrase. But you can see already how it's done. So you've done the hard work. You spent hours with your favorite keyword generator, sifted through the data from Google Keyword Planner and compiled a master list of terms relevant to your business. You have seed keywords, long-tail variations, and a solid understanding of search volume. But now what? A list of keywords, no matter how well reserved, is just raw data. So potential for traffic, not traffic itself, the real work, blah, 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 blah. And kind of gives you a preview of the entire article here, right? I would shorten this introduction probably, but in general, what I have to say is it has a lot of the right phrases in here already, right? Now, what we are going to do is we are going to do this in ChatGPT because everybody has ChatGPT. Okay, so we're going to use ChatGPT to write the article, and this is the prompter. I'm going to just add this to the description of this video so you can just find it there. And we're going to do this. Insert the outline here. And the keyword here. And keyword phrase here is the keyword phrase. All right. Let's go. What to do after keyword research route? Example walkthrough is here. Just finish a keyword research, you can spreadsheet, bring the attachment. It's the service overall with the influx on best homework. Alright, hold on. Fez on training, yeah, this over. Okay. Analyzing such intent. Yeah. But now I want information, transaction, navigation. Yeah, understanding this, prioritizing keywords from X and all keywords agree. Some will bring you traffic, other will bring you money, either you want both. Search for acquisition business value. This is an important one. Keywords to your website content. Wrong team. Okay, this is a bit, all of this is a little bit superficial, but for the kind of person who probably searches for that, it's probably the right level, right? Somebody who's searching for what to do after keyword research. If they follow this plan so far, right? Let's see what else is here. But if they follow this plan so far, this will be very helpful for them. They will be better at it than they would be otherwise. And if we give them a full to level 100 guide on what to do, then it might actually overwhelm them and they never get around to doing it. So even though for me, I'm like, yeah, but where's that? You know, in my mind, I have this little voice that says, oh, but what about this and what about that? But actually, put yourself in the mind frame of the person who's doing the search and ask yourself then, for this person, is this the right kind of content? And in this case, I have to say, yes, it is. Ba-bum. Consideration authority. Okay. And what you have to give it is, there's not all the fluff here, right? It's like you can skim this, you can say, okay, and then you can point people to kind of deeper resources to any of these, all right, follow-up guides. Sure. All right. I'm going to take this. And for now, I think this is actually fine enough. This is really good enough. I'm gonna give it a little bit of edits here and there. And I'm gonna work in a mention of phrase. I'm gonna work in a mention of SEMrush, add an affiliate link. And I'm gonna, give this a 10-minute editorial makeover, and then I'm gonna publish it. And then this is what to do after keyword research. There you go.